Stumbling from one crisis to another, Sydney Olympic called in Tommy Sermanni to revive their playoff hopes. But the new coach needed a miracle against the Melbourne Knights, whose fans believe their ace striker, Mark Viduka, is heaven sent. Here's Kyle Patterson.
The midweek sacking of coach Bertie Mariani came with the warning that Sydney Olympic players could be next in line for the axe. So the team could be forgiven for feeling a little uneasy about the visit to the Croatian Sports Centre, a graveyard for the ambitions of so many clubs. Caretaker coach Tommy Sermanni knows his employment hinges on Olympic being in the top 6. At the start of the day, the club was in 7th place, and Sermanni was fighting a downwards trend.
I know Bertie organised the team pretty well, so they're well organised. But the situation we're in now, we really need to get results, so we perhaps have to be a little bit more aggressive, play with a little bit more intensity, and you know, from there, hopefully the players, there is ability in the team, hopefully the players will then perform to their ability.
No easy task after a week of turmoil. The 3 Olympic players, Kaleta, Milosevic and Kelic, there was the added pressure of confronting their former club.
It feels a bit weird playing against the old crowd. I mean, I had really good years here at Melbourne, and it just feels a bit weird, them sort of like barracking against me, I suppose.
But the jeers of the terraces were the least of Olympics' problems. The number 1 priority was stopping Mark Viduka and co, the league's most potent strike force. Given Olympics' appalling defensive record, it was a mission impossible. But Sermanni's charges gave it everything. Andrew Burnell hustled Viduka all day long, and when the big centre forward did escape, Burnell was quick to track him down. Olympic was dogged in defence, but as a result was left without enough energy and players to go forward. Even so, the half-time scoreline was a good start. It didn't last long. The Knights went up a gear in the second half, and Olympic was on the brink. Only the heroics of keeper Mike Gibson kept Olympic in the hunt. Minutes later, with the Olympic defence preoccupied with Viduka, Adrian Savinsky was free to score the winning goal. Instead of folding, Olympic fought on and made the Knights work hard for their victory. The worried looks of coach Mirko Basic, a clear sign the league leaders weren't firing on all cylinders. Tommy Sermanni, who's on leave of absence from his job at the AIS in Canberra, was philosophical in defeat.
A bit disappointed at the end of the day. It was a fair result, there's no question of that. I think they stepped up a gear a little bit in the second half and the better of the chances. And overall, though, the commitment from our players and things I thought was excellent today. I've got no complaints about any of the players or basically how we defended.
But for Harry Michaels, the Olympic president in the centre of the storm, the crisis continues.
What worries me now is that some players are not committed. I don't know what it is. Maybe they need to just win a game or two and then really get into the game. We're not just firing. It's been like this all year. Inconsistency, lack of commitment. I think time is running out for me too, Carl. I doubt it very much whether they're not going to try and overthrow me now too. And I don't blame them, because we made a change. The change didn't work okay. It's not a catastrophe. But I tell you what, knowing our supporters, they won't be too happy with me either now.
While Olympic counts the cost of failure, the Knights are finding success also comes at a price. Viduka is in such demand, he's now juggling commitments to 4 teams. The Young Socceroos, the Olyroos, the Victorian State team, and of course, the Knights.
The coach isn't very happy either, the committee aren't either, but I don't know, I have to work something out, you know, between Olyroos and Young Socceroos and Victoria as well. This J-League team's coming out now. But as I said, the club don't really like it, but they'll work it all out for me. I don't have to think about that.